Collective. Much love and light to you all. I hope you guys really truthfully have remembered since the last time I told you how amazing you really are. All right. If you just are finding the channel, welcome. If you're one of my A1 day ones, welcome. And nonetheless, you guys, much love and light to you all. All right. We do have a pick a pile message this evening. All right, you guys, friendly reminder though, these messages are timeless, whenever and however they find you. All right. And we're talking love and light yasa. So here's the sitch, you guys, from one pile to the next. And I will share the markers or indicators with you for each pile in just a few seconds. Love and light, Janelle. Welcome back, you guys. Um, what did I want to say? Um, Here's the sitch, though. This one, again, pretty easy. If you're with someone and you're drawn to a pile, chances are your energies are in there, right? Still general collective, though. You get that? Okay, so trust your intuition. If something doesn't fit, you need not make it. It shouldn't fit, and so it's okay, you know. So there's that. Also, guess what? For those that are going, a whole pick a pile message that I can't, like participate because, nothing's in it for me. Not so fast, okay? Because this is for your next encounter, all right? So don't be the one that goes, oh, there is not a next time. That the last time was the last time I had a chance at love. Don't be so silly, all right? So there's that. So it's kind of like you're really gonna. This might be a little bit of a test of your intuition from one pile to the next, because on top of it, guess what? You could find that you resonate with more than one pile or all of them. Okay. So hopefully you guys get a little comfy, get your tea going or whatever, makes you cozy, snuggle up a bit, and let's spend some time. All right. I appreciate you guys coming in, clicking the like. Yes, we are still doing the free readings. I just wanted to give people a chance to come in and kind of make it a little bit more orderly for your girl. Forgive me. All right. Love and light, Hope Kent. So I will start one of the piles. Okay, this time around, you guys, bear with. But really, you shouldn't be like pulling teeth to get you to hang out with me, because you already know I love you and you already know we're gonna have fun. Okay, so there's that. All right. So sit tight and listen up. We're gonna get into pile number one. Again, we're talking love. You know what? Let me be fair. Duh, forgot the freaking markers. All right, so this is pile number one's indicator. All right, so this is, to be clear, the red evil eye bracelet, right? For pound number one. Love and light, Shabane. Pound number two. All right. Don't come for this. This is one of my OG favorites. It's a little it's seen its days, I will admit that. But this is pound number two. And we're gonna be talking tonight. I forgot to say this part. Um, what this person likes about you. So really the focus is kind of interesting tonight, because it's like, yeah, we're talking about maybe the person on your mind, maybe the person you'd love to be, having on your mind, if you don't know, for those that don't know this person yet. But this is seriously really a focus on you guys tonight. All right, collective, as it should. Last but certainly never ever least, pound number three. Okay, you have the orange evil eye bracelet. Okay, so for those that maybe weren't here at the beginning, pound number one. All right, pound number two, and pound number three. Love and light, Jory. Okay, so again, what this person likes about you. Okay, and so for pound number one, we are starting at, we'll just say 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Not too bad. All right. Somebody here could work as an editor or a yoga instructor. Doesn't have to be the case. Somebody could actually be low-key professional gambler of sorts. Does not have to be the case, but I just wanted to get those out of the way because of what I'm seeing in the cards. All right. Now, overall, what this person likes about you, pile number one, those that will resonate with this, is you do pay attention to detail. You could work some form of corporate job, right? You could work at a computer. You could work with computers. That's a little different there, right? Some of you could teach. Maybe you do webinars, seminars. Gosh, I spent most of the day in one of those today myself. All right, so it could be someone that is tied into that type of mindset, infrastructure, framework, and or profession. All right. But even for those that are going, I'm definitely not a yoga instructor. There could be some aspect to your physique that this person really likes about you, pal number one. And not in the sense of just, just the normal shallow go tos, but really the attention to aspects of health. Maybe you do also have the mindset, which, kudos, good on you, you should, that health is wealth, right? Because it is a form of that. So this person appreciates that. Or for those that are saying, gosh, this sounds like me, I don't have anyone yet. When this person comes, these are things that will be quite noteworthy in a very pleasant sense of the word noteworthy. And I do see that at times you are not as easily read as maybe you might have, your own believability about self, right? It's so interesting because, we can have, understanding of who we are, but that doesn't necessarily translate the way that we perceive self if you are someone else outside of self. Makes sense? All right. And that's why you guys, even connecting back to those twin flame journeys, it gets a little like, what, because there are differences there. Okay. I do see pawn number one, that whom all ever is connecting to this on the other side of the fence here for you. Really, they do enjoy your ability to integrate your childlike nature. All right, which how could they hate that? I mean, that's where all the fun and creativity and the sparks of passion really start to really be a thing in the first place. If more people would actually realize to break that down into, and there is some aspect of like black and white here. I don't know if it's simply and solely through the clothing, or maybe the way that you pierce through the fact that not everything can be just that black and white type of thing. There's something about details and maybe even rocking against what the norm or standards are for whatever the details connect to, whether it be a mindset, a lifestyle, a profession here. Okay. Power number one. And I do see this person again going further with, I'm not exactly sure if I'm reading you correctly. Like, it's like, yeah, it's Tuesday. Makes sense that you should be talking about these things, but then it's like there's some other depth to you that they feel like you're not sharing about yourself. And maybe you aren't, or maybe you don't realize your own depth. Pile number one. And again, perception is everything here, right? You could maybe realize it. Maybe you feel like on top of it, you do share certain deeper aspects of self, and this person just is perhaps even grappling with fearing. Like, are you telling me everything? Like, you seem really great. You're actually really great to me. But like, is there something that, so, I'm just picking up what I'm seeing in the cards here and feeling energetically. And then also, let's dumb it down further. For some, maybe not all, you might be pretty witchy or pretty woo woo, right? It's like the things that you're very open about, kind of pierce everyone else's veil. Like, well, what do you mean that 144,000? What? And this is something that is not only noteworthy, but is something that they either already do in current energy sense or will kind of ruminate over, whether they make that known to you or not. It's like, it's like you could be in a conversation with them and they're going, but in the back of their mind, there's like shit reeling back there that they're not necessarily open about, perhaps, because again, there's some, maybe we should call it fear. I hate to just infuse that in there like it's Sazon or some shit, but picking up on some sort of like anxiety connected to the mystery that is you. But then again, you know what? Some people just like to be anxious. You know what I mean? So that might be a different reading for another day here, pound number one, but I digress. You do tend to engage your youthful nature in your outward expression, in ways like clothing, the way that you'll throw something together or not, right? So what comes to mind here is everyone else kind of, in your age range, perhaps dressing a certain way. It's almost given like if we were talking real estate, we'd be talking ticky tack boxes, right? It's like, oh my gosh, so you just have the red roof and not the blue one kind of thing, and then here goes you just walking like a fireball or a rainbow, if you will, or something just so phantasmical that it's otherworldly. Again, kind of getting into that witchy woo woo vibes, whether you're a guy, girl, what have you. Okay, and some of you are so creative that you do things like crochet. You do tend to keep up with certain trends, and again, in a very youthful sense. Okay, this person will love to embrace you and or really love your embrace. Okay, or already gets that access and that pleasantry, and this person will feel very heard by you, seen by you, protected is also another word coming through. And this is something that I see total appreciation for. I also see reciprocity. Okay, so pile number one, I hate to break it to you, but if you're sitting there going, well, Jimmy never even like gives me a call or is never really attentive in any conversation, this wouldn't be that person wouldn't be connected to this pile's energy. I can tell you that much. Okay, so this is good stuff overall, right? Aside from that little fear anxiety bump or loop, I really wanted to call it, but gosh, that loop shall pass, right? Like, I'm not here to word curse. Now, there is something about the backside they definitely enjoy. And for the most part, I see here not the standard, it's not giving BBL muffin top vibes. This is giving like slender, sleek, small, and high up kind of thing. But that's just what I'm seeing in the cards. Long story short, irregardless, there is some aspect to the back, cradling that and viewing that is quite pleasurable. Um, for some, you do have striking features. There could be, perhaps like an iconic beauty mark about the face, right? Or just, the way that you perhaps put your makeup on, regardless of whether you're a guy, girl, what have you. It is striking. It stands out. And that's not to say like, gosh, could you add any more layers to thicken that up? It's not giving, let's try to paste over Edward Scissorhands situation type of stuff. But at the same time, it's like even for your natural looks, it's like, okay, so then you've been like literally kissed by the sun, you're glowing with your naturalness, right? It doesn't really matter if you're going for the intention to stand out or not. Here I'm just getting that, at least for this person, in their world or the world that you share, you definitely do, and you couldn't help but to stand out, irregardless. um, Somebody here could be European, or you could have features, even, and this is a prime example, just look at this illustrative example, if you will. Here, this is a very natural type of, beauty that we're looking at. And this could even be the case for whether guy, girl, what have you, right? And see how it's just inevitable that you're going to notice the face, the features, the hair, right? It's not that there is any kind of clown makeup going on here, or none of that, right? So this person is also going to enjoy your height. I get that yous are a match, referable to that. It's not necessarily that one's super tall, one's super short, although it could be the case. What I'm seeing in the cards that is being appreciated here, at least energetically, is that the heights go well together. I don't know if this is about a sleeping ratio or something else that ends in atio. No, let me stop. But anyways, for some, you've born this person a child already, or you are currently pregnant, perhaps. Okay, and or this person will definitely dream of one of you being in that type of state and inside of a connection. Okay, somebody here could really have beautiful African American skin tones. All right, if that's you, they definitely enjoy all of that mocha, caramel, anything else, in between there. Now here's like the toxic type of, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, really, okay? But I'm not trying to deliver it in the sense of anyone being called out. But at the same time, I'm not here to manipulate the message. So, pound number one, I do see evidence of some toxic codependence. And what I mean by that is like, it's like if you get two overeaters, like Mike and Molly, I know they're not real, but the characters, all right, on TV. Um, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I can't. Anyways, um, I think it's Mike, but it can't be Biggs. But anyways, that was on the show. Long story short, okay, if you get two overeaters in the same wintry season when you don't want to move because it's cold, dot dot dot, chances are somebody's coming through the door with some pies. I'm just saying. Love and light Jay, love and light RL, love and light Fiona. Right. And so that could be a problem, right? Especially if it's a really long winter. You know what I mean? Somebody's coming up bloated by the end of that, right? And so whatever other substances or activities you can plug in there where you can kind of fall down that same type of rabbit hole kind of stuff, it's giving warning, right? So, but here's the thing. I just say look for the silver lining, how you can turn it all around. I love to see those videos, you guys, where people, maybe they had a few long winters together. They start hitting the gym, and they make it fun and they make it interactive and they make it about love too. It's like, you know what? I celebrate you celebrating your ass right now by like bending it and stretching it around, so that you are here to love all the more longer. Right? Right. I think that's beautiful. Right, guys? So that's the only thing, I'm not here to not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But otherwise, I mean, I'm still rooting for this, you guys. Paul number one, you can do it. All right. Oh my gosh, somebody here is plus size. So maybe that was resonating a little bit deeper than even I knew at the time. So, um, and even with the plus size, to be clear, and I need you to know, I've also seen evidence of this too. It's like you would think that, like, okay, well, all right, so this couple's at the gym, and maybe only one of them has like a few problems, right? And you might think, like, man, is the person like helping the other person so that they can make them into what they really want, kind of thing? And it's like, but actually, like, I've seen it literally just be like an act of love. Like, I love you either way. If you want to do this, I'm here with you. I'm here anyway because they got all the muscles, from what I've seen. Just saying, right? And so, even if that's you, or irregardless, if you do find yourself to be in the category of being plus size, no tea, no shade, right? Because also, no tea, no shade from this person. Like, they're not on it like that. Like, it's not like, oh, I can't touch you. And it's also not like if you wanted to make changes, for your health, that they would be like, why the hell are you going to do that? 'Cause some people are like that. It's like, no, I'd rather you sick just so I can look at you and flip you around these ways and get this kind of interaction and texture, right? Which is so, I question mental health at that point, but I digress. Anyways, um, yeah, this person really loves that you are unique. All right, you stand out. It says you are absolutely, the word absolutely, and I didn't make these cards, just saying, absolutely unique, you guys, right? Like I said, through the channeling, it's like there's no way you can't not stand out. Doesn't matter if you're intending to or planning to fit in or not, right? Doesn't matter if you're dressed up or dressed down. That's what I was getting, okay? This person is saying or will be admitting, right? That you're always on their mind. So whether you know them today or not, all right, this is feeling like good vibes. You guys know I don't say that lightly, especially when we're talking about some of these love connections when I have to put the freaking air quotes on them. Just saying. And you're on their mind 24/7 and a half. All right, because they're saying, or they will be sharing the sentiment that you are the last thing that they're thinking of right before sleep. You guys, that's so cute, but tell them to manifest deeper than especially once they've got you. Like, keep going. Let's get the mansion. Let's get you know. Um So here's the sitch for some, not all, okay, because it's still general collective vibes. All right, we're still on pile one, and I'm gonna ring that bell in like 1 minute. All right, so keep breathing out there, folks. Just saying. But for some, this is really referencing twin flame energy. All right, your twin flame, as well as reunion with same. Okay, and I do see that for the particular twin flames aspect of the collective connected to pile number one's message. Gosh, that's a mouthful, right? Phew. This there could be a situation that stands between you where it's like you've been friend zoned, maybe you've even been blocked. Okay, it's not going great right now from what I can see in the cards, but we're still talking about this person, this pile, and the energy, right? For those that don't resonate, definitely not a twin flame. Kudos, how'd you manage that? Let me stop. But anyways, this is a life partner. All right. A life partner. So either way, this is somebody coming in not half cocked, right? You're not perfect. Who the hell is? All right. I mean, literally. Okay. Take the pressure off, right? This feels really good energetically. Like I'm sitting in it. I'm like, I don't really see any. I told you what I saw, right? I feel like Mrs. Doubtfire, right? When Mrs. Doubtfire said, I'm not a therapist there. Just say what I see, right? I'm telling you what I see. You guys know I do. All right. But look, even your romance angels here. I had to check. Is this the angels or the fae? This is the fae. All right, just go with it. The fae angels. All right, they're saying open your heart. Okay, doesn't have to be a super grandiose gesture at first, right? But make the resolve to make the choice to do that, and then also action out towards that. Open your heart space. All right. Somebody here is reaching out soon. All right. Could get a text from someone. Could be your twin flame. Could be just somebody coming in to love you. Either way, what's the problem, right? But they do want to drive home this freaking union for those that are flaming it out there, just saying, all right? And either way, life partner or not, this is going to lead to something that really is committed. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, everybody's coming in with the ring, right, for marriage, but this is committed. I mean, you don't talk about a life partner like, oh, just this is my life partner for the week. Like, what? Like, you know what I mean? It's giving stability, sturdy, and it's also giving divine timing. Y'all know the drill, all right? Especially with these, um, you know, I don't want to say, well, general collective messages, right? Um, Long story short, everyone's right on schedule, as it were. Okay. And I do see some evidence of third party energy out there, whether connecting to someone that you claim to be your person or your twin flame or not. It could even be, this soulmate energy. Finishing up tying loose ends, all right, because a third party energy stands. But I do have a message from someone, okay, and it could be this twin flame. Again, was guided to the twin flame decks, all right. And I do have a message that goes, are you ready? And that's the message. No, I'm just joking. Could you imagine if the message said, are you ready? For what? And, right? So it says, it's important for me to stay grounded and balanced no matter what is going on. I hope if and when we reconcile, we can do things differently, in a better way, a healthy, happy way. I am responsible for my own healing and happiness. I know how to transform pain into something higher. I am not a victim to anything. I'm trying to be patient and understanding. Do you feel the same as you once did, or have I missed my chance? The way we left things haunts me. I try to push it away. I know you're losing patience. I secretly wish you would wait. I know it's not fair to ask you to do that. Don't think I don't care. I do. I've had a sudden realization about my life and about our connection. I know who you are to me. I recognize and acknowledge the connection. I just can't do this right now. And so for some of you, they're still tying up loose ends. It's divine timing, right? I realize I was selfish. I feel ashamed of that. I see who you are. I don't think less of you for any life circumstance. I see your heart and I see your soul. I feel like I need closure or some kind of resolution. This is that energy really kind of being persistent about pulling them back in, kind of thing. I have to focus on money and financial stability right now. Is this a Capricorn? Because how are you gonna separate money? Like, I gotta focus on money and financial stability right now. It's like they're so invested in that they know to separate those categories. That's interesting, because I feel like the general public would just be like money, or they would just be like finances, meaning money, right? That's interesting. It's giving Cappy goats, just saying. All right. I wasn't expecting this connection when it showed up, even though I knew what it was right away. I wasn't ready. Knowing hasn't made it easier. I must trust in divine timing. See how that works? Yeah. It can be maddening or it can be maddening, right? It's all about perspective. I get it. But that's what I have for pile number 1. I'm going to ring the bell while I consult the names, or not the names. Help. The initials and chart placements deck, you guys. I intend to do this for all piles. We'll see if I remember. It's been a long day, you guys, before I even got on here. Yikes. Just saying. But please and thank you. If you're new here, I need you to triple check to make sure that you know all of the live stream roles. And what you're going to do is get into that description box below this video, please. All right. And look them up and follow them all. Okay. Thank you. Some days I feel like I am climbing up mountains on my kneecaps, you guys. And today is one of them. So bear with. And please follow all of those rules. All right. You do not want to take from me right now. I'm so serious. And not give back in some way, shape, or form. Just to be clear. It's not even a threat. I usually kind of like go into a longer dissertation about that, but I don't have the energy, so it is what it is. Just keeping it clear, so I know I did my part. Woo! Some significance to a K. I almost got a paper cut. Hold on. Sheesh. Somebody's name could be Gerald. California could be some significance. All right, C at the bottom of the deck, baby. And we got a B. All right. I don't want to even go through all that. I'm just going to tell you what they are. I'm telling you, I got to conserve energy today. So we got a P. We have E and F. We've got K. Could be some significance to the name Jeff. We've got G. Maybe Jeffrey starts with the G. Doesn't have to be the case. All right. So that's what I have on the initials, right? And then the chart placements, we kind of got a lot. We got Leo, Aquarius. We got Gemini. We got Aries. And we got Capricorn. Go figure. Just saying. All right. So that is supposed to be the chart placements and or first, middle, or last name initials on the part of the person, right? But your stuff could have come out there too, because often the energies flip-flop. And if nothing came out and you know you resonated with pile number 1, take it for what it is, right? It's fine. All right, love and light, you guys. So that's what I have for pile 1. Let's see. All right. Love and light. I'm going to call you 2553, no disrespect, right? But can you please, also no disrespect, check the description box for the live stream roles and ask your question, all right, after you do that. Thank you, babe. Much love and light. Now let me see here, Yessa. Ooh. Okay, love and light, Dumini. I'm calling you Yasa. All right, let's see. Let me find out. Yeah, that's crazy. I heard no, and I got a no. There's some conflict I hear, but I don't know why. Bottom of the deck is chariot energy. All right, couple things with this, with the chariot talking about overcoming obstacles, success, and ambition. They maybe just don't like where you're going. Why do you need them to like you, though? You know what I mean? If they're just a colleague and they don't affect your money, like, you know, you're not working with family. You know what I mean? Like, even then, I mean, most of those family businesses, they're arguing in the back anyway. But, you know, who cares if people don't like you? Know how many people don't like me? And right, like if I actually like continued on the path, because I used to care a lot, like I really did, hurt my heart, my feelings, sometimes hated myself right along with those people that were just hating on me, you know. And it took me years to figure out like even how to come out of that and how detrimental that was and how unloving that was to even care, and then care to the point where I was also mistreating myself with them. It's like, what kind of mental health is that, right? And then once you like see it for what it is, you go, oh, I literally don't need to care about that. Like, you may try to. I mean, there's times where like I really kind of, you know, every now and again I'm like, wow, I really wish so and so didn't hate me. But and I mean, at the end of the day, do I need them? No, I want them to like me. I want them to love me, right? Do I need them to like me? Do I need them to love me? Absolutely not. And thank goodness for that, because anyone liking you and or loving you, that's a choice. And everybody has free will. You can't strong arm people to make choices to like or love you, you know? What you can do is control your action and reaction and pour into yourself such to the point where you don't notice so much. Do many? Right? Like, I mean, why do you figure out what it is about yourself that you feel you're missing, that you would need somebody like that doesn't like you to fill in any kind of void space? It doesn't make sense that you should look to people like that to fill in any kind of void. You know, it doesn't seem healthy or likely that it would be a success, you know? Um, what I think that jealousy is, you know, a bitter sweet pill to swallow, right? I mean, here's the sitch. You can't like be great, and of course you are great, to be clear. You're very great, Dominion, everyone on this live stream with me, myself included. We're all great, right? But you can't be great and not have haters. Otherwise, you're not doing a damn thing at all. Nobody would. You're not. The only way to not be hated on in some form of jealousy is to absolutely be and do nothing, so that you're not on anyone's radar for any reason. And what a detrimental, I want to put the air quotes around, life at that point that you would be leading. Do you know what I mean? So the more you get used to really just being bullied, antagonized, and in the sense of not expecting it, but in the sense of knowing as it's happening, it has nothing to do with your worth, and it has everything to do with the experience that you're here to learn from, and gain lessons out of, to actually you know, use some of those stones that are thrown at it to build bridges and buildings and refugee, you know, like type of spaces for people to have relief, because you know what it's like to be treated in ways, very variable ways of being mistreated, so that you can help others if and when you should find, and let's be honest, doesn't take a long search, someone else also being mistreated in those same very ways, you know? And that's why we come here, to learn, to assist, and grow. So it's really giving, you know, Dumini, you're not alone, but also it's not necessarily about you. It's about being in existence. It's about you being in existence and being great. Even if you're not anywhere near where you're intending to go in mindset, in physicality, and or in wealth, people can see it. You know how many people looked at me, even in some of my most broken states, and got jealous because of what they knew was over my life? And I'm still looking to find some of those pieces, you know? But at the same time, you can't wait to find all the pieces to understand that you're great, to understand that you're connected to something much higher than what you can see in your natural world, to understand that divinity is very much real as well as sovereignty, and you are that, you know? But without the experience, how would you get to the knowing? How would you get to the growing in order to know that you know? And how would you know if you knew anything until you knew it? So the experience doesn't have to be punishment. It just is an experience to learn from, grow out of, and glow in spite of. We all got our something, babe. Keep going. All right. Okay, let's see here. So the next person I see in line, forgive me if this is not correct, is Jay, right? All right, let me see here. Oh, asking you to dinner. Yes. Oh, let me see. Shoot, what y'all eating? Let me stop. Let me find out. All right, since it wants to come out twice already, but it just didn't drop. So I was like, I don't know. But we got a yes. All right, so I don't know if somebody's got some form of romantic proposal on the brain about the lip, or if there's maybe even just an apology. Either way, it's a yes. Ooh, and so they want so this is like what, common ground? This is like exchanging maybe please be kidding. Why somebody said my guys are they got jokes. Somebody said exchanging fluids. There's fluids in the cups. That's hilarious. Now maybe somebody wants a solid beginning with you because this page is at the bottom. Ooh. I said I'm dead. You got somewhere to go. You got something to chew on. So ooh, if you're gonna say, ooh, it was the page of cups. That's so funny. No, that was the page of pentacles. Yeah, the page of cups initially. Yeah, the page of pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That's hilarious, though. Ooh. Don't be. How you gonna do me like that, Jay? Say I'm hanging up. Wow. I'm over here doing the damn thing. Y'all can't handle it. That's all. No, let me stop. Shoot, let me take a hard pause right quick. I gotta freshen up. Oh my god, my voice. You would think I was talking all day. I feel like I was, but I wasn't. I was doing a lot of listening and biting my tongue one of them days. Like, okay, and all right, so you guys, we're gonna start with Jay. If I didn't skip over anyone, which I feel like I'm doing great, right? I'm doing great, right, guys? So we're gonna do pile number 2, and it's gonna be at 39, right? And so that was the green one, green evil eye. Okay, my OG. Maybe somebody here is older than somebody. Now here's the sitch. I'm just gonna go through the cards and reference like their actual titles. However, I'm not saying it like that's off the cuff what I got, but I don't want to like manipulate the cards, right? So somebody here could be a poet. Somebody else here could be a gardener. Just bear with me. I just have to get this out. And somebody could be a folk singer. I know that's you, Jay. No, I can say that because Jay hung up and shit. So I know you didn't know. It's just funny. Um. So, anyways, go ahead and hang up, Jay. No, let me stop. I have a whole story about how Jay's folk singing over in the hills. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Let me stop. So, there could be some significance to the number 22. Definitely a master number. All right. But long story short, I just get that whether you know this person or not, pal number 2, this person's really going to enjoy like your earthly nature, your earthly vibes. It could be a little bit of like a hippie, right? And again, I'm still picking up if that part resonates, there is somebody older. This feels like older masculine energy, younger feminine, right? Take what resonates though. Um this this also could just be talking about how this person enjoys that you are, I don't want to say like plain Jane type of vibes or plain John, but in the sense of like you're simple, right? You don't necessarily need all of the baubles and all of the sparkly things that I love so much. No, let me stop. But and maybe this person enjoys that sense of fashion where it's like long skirts, short kind of t-shirts, baby doll dresses, prairie dresses kind of thing. I call them that lovingly, and I think some of them are so beautiful. To be clear, no Tino shade. All right. Um and y'all know I love a good headband, so so I'm not throwing no kind of shade nobody's way, just saying. Um and also whether you're a guy, girl, what have you, because actually there's a guy depicted on this gardener card here. You could be great with plants. You could be like a kitchen witch. You could be a botanist of sorts, right? And however it is, it's like, wow, this is great. This is homesteading comes to mind. You might be somebody into things like that, or looking to get into things like that, which I feel is really smart, you guys. Like, if you can, go right on ahead. Let me know what y'all selling. Right. um and this person will love or does love the way that you use your words, the way that you utilize your throat chakra, and in all the ways. Oh my God, what is going on? Okay, anywho, moving along. This person enjoys the way that you are able to bring a sense of community, like to people, places, and things, right? And or in your community, you might be, some form of a leader. Maybe you serve on a board, or maybe even just with your social media, if you do have a bit of a presence or not, the way that you integrate community through there as some form of like assistant or organizer. Okay. I'm also hearing school board could be of some significance, or like PTA vibes. There's a lot of people that whether you consider yourself charming or not, pal number 2, there's a lot of people that are almost charmed by you, it seems, and this person thinks that that's pretty cool. Like, not in a sense of like, ha 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 ha, let's start the evil empire now. No, but in the sense of like do you ever meet somebody? I never have, but just go with it, right? Do you ever meet somebody where like they realize that you actually had value, but hold on, and they appreciated that others saw it too, and it wasn't like a competition thing or like a I've got to keep this all to myself kind of, like you weren't, they weren't trying to gatekeep you, or you know, so it's giving that. It's like this person appreciates any admiration that you do receive. And again, connecting to community, perhaps family, but I'm really getting this is really talking about community here for pile number 2. This person does appreciate your resilience as well. I do see evidence of you a time or two, I'm hearing, or more, having to kind of figure shit out, and in maybe some of the most unorthodox ways. This could be connecting to some form of organization or, institution, right? By institution, just really kind of getting like school, like university vibes. Um, or just in general, the way that you can think outside of the box. Maybe you don't even look the way that your mind works. And what I mean by that is, it's like maybe, on all outward appearances, you're pretty simple. You're not really necessarily a deep person or a deep thinker, but in fact, you are very much that, just as well as you are on outward appearances a simple person, right? So again, something unorthodox coming through here for you, connecting to your energy, that this person appreciates, but also kind of like feels protected by, feels safe. Okay. Now, I do get, from what I'm seeing in the cards, that your normal, like, baseline version of you, right, of your outward appearance is, pretty calm, right? But there is something I'm seeing, and I don't know if it's connecting back to a certain event or certain events, or maybe like for the holidays comes to mind, where when you do get gussied up here, oh boy, you shine. And it's also not your normal everyday look or wear or gear, right? So something like, maybe, let's say, like, we'll talk about Johnny, right? Johnny's an accountant, a CPA, and normal attire is business casual. It's like, okay, you got the khaki pants and, the polo, perhaps, and other than that, it's the standard suit, right? But then whenever there's some form of event, or there had been an event, okay, that might be memorable, connected to pile number two's energies, and it's like, oh my gosh, you look like, fill in like the hottest celebrity, and it's like, oh my gosh, like, you look like you've been riding Harley Davidsons for years, and like you don't even own a Harley Davidson, but like, yet, wow, like, you look like you stepped off of like GQ magazine right now, as if you are on trend with all of the like latest designers, and you don't know anything about, like, it's just something about, like, you just really kind of turn their head, and not in the sense of, wow, this is like a train wreck, I should look away, can't, it's kind of on fire. No, but in the sense of, like, on fire, hell yeah, like, God, like, look at you, right? Like, right? And so that's what I'm getting for pile number two. There's some, almost like, I don't know if somebody here has like some form of, like, maybe it's almost like an aesthetic alter ego. I'll say it that way. I'm not trying to diagnose anyone, just saying something that really is kind of like opposite your normal everyday nature, your normal everyday self. Okay. Um, yeah, it's almost like, you hardly ever wear makeup, but then when you do, but bam, it's all exaggerated, but like it works for like whatever you're, I mean, so it's like, here you put your studded jeans or your ripped up jeans on. Like, usually you just have regular jeans, what I mean? Now you got this on, you just look like you knew Amy Winehouse back in 2002. Like, it's like, it works, but where did it come from? What is, oh my God, my guides are just, the way that I'm actually filtering this. Somebody here has short hair. They appreciate that. Okay. It could be, literally like a pixie style here. Something fun that they might like to finger through. Just, it's coming through the channel, and I'm just the messenger. All right. Yeah, somebody here is like, do I want to say old? I'm just saying. Somebody here is mature, as the card states, but it is giving over that of someone else. You know what I'm saying? So it's giving like this dude standing with help. Oh my god. Okay, moving along. Whether you have, let's see, wait, hold on, let me see. Okay, no, okay. So something about that medium skin tone. All right. Irregardless of the nationality as to why you have it, they love that or they will. Okay, pile number 2 here. And I'm just getting that um if you are resonating with this pile number 2 and you also resonate with being that of the female variety, that you are the younger one. Okay, that's confirming that. So just saying that dude's literally standing there with that girl. Let me stop. Could be some significance to black clothing. And guess what, honey bun, honey boo? If I'm not word cursing anyone, I would never. If you have facial hair, they don't mind that, regardless of whether or not you do. Not hating that. And if you know that you like it and you want it there and it's supposed to be there or all of that, they love it. Okay. But either way, don't worry about them worrying about that, is what I'm getting to say. Okay. They love your cooking, or they will. All right. They love that you have or do or will love this person for who they are. All right. So you're not one of those that just immediately, oh, let me just fix you up. Let me change you. You should never wear green. You should only wear purple. Like, what? Anyways. And this person is really going to take a journey with you to the point where in their mind at some point, I can't say necessarily for everyone connected to this pile that that's the case for current energies, because also, let's be honest, some of you have not met this person yet, but they will, or they do, share the sentiment of you are all they need. You're not going to be picked over for the next option. All right, so that's really good news, right? What's that like? Let me know all about that. Okay, please and thank you. There's something here about makeup though. Like when you do the makeup, they do like that. Not in the sense of like, please never don't do the makeup, because they don't really care either way. It's just kind of like, wow, versus wow. Like that, it's the same. They're fine with you either way, whether you have makeup or not. See what I'm saying? The wows we're giving, okay? Um, yeah, benefit of the doubt. The wows are giving, all right? Um, so give this person a chance, or continue to give this relationship a chance, depending on who all I'm reading for here, connected to this pile number 2, because this is somebody that is supposed to be in your corner, in your field, in your heart space, and in some of those other places too, apparently, from what I'm honestly seeing in the cards. Okay. I never am going to say that unless I'm literally seeing that in the cards. Just saying, right? There's some significance to a memento, a gift. Okay, this could have already been given or will be. That will be of some sort of iconic resonance, I'm hearing to say, but I don't really know exactly what that means. But what I want to say is it will be memorable, and it would be happy nostalgia after the exchange, of course. And for some, the exchange is yet to take place. Just saying. Okay. Um, now, someone here connected to this pile might have been worrying if they were suffering from psychic attacks regarding a particular person. All right. So obviously, this is somebody connected to this that would have awareness of an individual, whether or not you and that individual went far or not. But something happened to the point where um forgiveness, I do see, is coming out in the cards. Forgiveness is needed here. I'm not sure if someone made a choice based off of not trusting their intuition while thinking they were trusting their intuition, is also another thing that's coming through. And so that could have also been leading into the theory of psychic attacks. I'm getting that really it was just anxiety and you need to forgive yourself and kind of move through or move on from that type of energy. You know, if you've got to have a conversation about that, have the conversation. I mean, how is it going to hurt any worse than whatever led to the need for forgiveness or the need to extend an apology or at least an explanation? Okay. Because I'm getting that aside from like that blip you and this person have, okay, or it will be known that you have. Best way I can say that. Oh, these general collectives. Um, a psychic connection. All right. So there is telepathy. I don't know if that is what got so scary because I was like, what? Get out of my head. Like, what? You're not saying words. Was I saying? I wasn't saying words. How'd you say that to me? Kind of thing. Like, how are you speaking to? Why do you know? Kind of stuff. Right. And that can be very daunting. So extend yourself grace the way that you would want this person to extend to you. Do you know what I mean? Like you can't necessarily wait for whatever you're wishing for from somebody else. You got to give it to you, right? And usually 9 times out of 10, on the other side of you giving what that is to you, you do ultimately get an experience likened to that from whomever you're really wishing you could have an experience about, okay? Something more pleasant, lighter, calmer waters. Six of Swords comes to mind, right? Because there's real feelings here. Um, and overall, if you don't resonate with that last little bit, there's real feelings here. Like it's giving, it's safe to love, just like the other pile. Open your heart, like this is somebody, it's a thing, right? But I do also see someone here concerned about someone in the collective for pile number 2. May only be one person, all right? Maybe a few. I don't know. I'm just telling you. Where this person does have a fear about like maybe extending the cup all the way if they have yet to do so, or since they have extended the cup and you've accepted said cup, keeping things on the up and up because there is some um perspective that you collective member may have a touch of materialism, right? It might be a little bit more focused or attached to materials, all right? Um, maybe or too focused on obtaining material. Is this a Capricorn? No, let me stop. But anyway, let me stop. But so that is something that, you know, if you resonate with that, you do want to, before you even talk to the person where you're going, oh no, that sounds exactly like so and so is thinking that and I knew it and blah blah blah, have a talk with yourself first, right? So that way you know exactly what you're bringing to that conversation when you do have it with the other person, you know, just to be fair as well as to remain calm, you know, because that might be a little triggering to hear. It's like, what? You know, like I'm busting my ass to try to make this, that, and the third shake and try to get this business off the ground and blah, blah, blah. Well, exactly. But, you know, maybe things like this happen for us to take a closer look introspectively, to see how we can't tweak some things to work a lot smarter and maybe less harder so it doesn't take as much from the connection the way that you would also prefer. You know what I mean? That you would spend more time with this person or work smarter. Who wants to just always work hard? We all know how to work hard. We're working hard right now. You know, but working smarter, you know, will definitely allow for you to feel like there's more room in the connection to wiggle around, you know, whatever and what all ever that means when you're wiggling. Just saying, okay? Um, so that's what I have for pound number 2. The bell has rung again. For those that are still eligible, you guys, you get one free message per live stream. Okay. And in the meantime, you guys, before I forget, I almost did. I picked up the wrong deck. I'm gonna hit up the name or the chart placements and the initials. Ooh, we got an S. All right, let's see here. Jay, you still here with me, or are you off singing in the hills? That was funny. Oh, maybe they hung up. Oh my goodness, you know what's going on is we got a lot of chart placements. But I'm not seeing so many initials, so I'm trying. Hold on. Trying. All right, here we go. Ooh, somebody's name could be Meg. We've got M-E-G. Somebody's name could be Gemma. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. Somebody could work for military police, or there could be some significance to nighttime. We've got M and P. We've got Q. And, of course, we did talk about that S. Ran across my chest. Almost gave me a paper cut. Just saying. And last but certainly not least, R. For the chart placements, we do have Scorpio, Cancer, Libra, and Leo. All right, so that's what we have for pile number 2. Gemma, yeah, that is a pretty name. Fiona. Fiona's a pretty name too, though. All right, let's see. So we're gonna get into pile number 3, which was again the orange evil eye bracelet. Hold on one second, you guys. I need to water me hole. As I choke myself. Oh my god, that shit went down the wrong hole. That's so funny. Harry Styles' sister's name is Fiona. That's pretty cool. Or you mean Gemma? I'm not sure. Did you check out Scream Queens, you guys, yet? I'm like, I have it on repeat. It's so funny. I have it playing in the background right now. Oh, Gemma Styles. Interesting. Okay, so where are we? 10123. 10123 for pile 3. I'll take it. Somebody here could be a pastry chef or a rock star. I think we're all rock stars, though, really. And I don't know if anyone wants to actually admit this or not, but somebody could be a mama's boy. Don't blame me, it's the cards. All right, we're going to take a closer look, I promise, because that can't be just it, right? Never that, all right? So, long story short, going back to, again, the focus, which is you, honey bun. For pile number 3, those that will resonate with this, let me get this out of the way before I get myself confused. Hold on. So you know how like some people cook and they like put their foot in it kind of thing, but then there's like also like those bake-off competitions. Maybe somebody like enjoys like that kind of like, I don't know, would that be like TLC network, like those kind of you know, like holiday bake-off, things like that. And you could have some form of hobby in the kitchen regarding baked goods even. Okay, and this person enjoys when you bake, so things like cakes and pies comes to mind, right? Some people, you know, like myself, like I always felt like I was a stronger baker than I was like, this was me, I don't eat meat now really, but like I'll eat fish, but I'm really trying to work on that too, because I don't know. It's scary to even try to eat anymore. I feel the most comfortable with like juices usually. Um until I like break down and have rice for um like splurge food, comfort food. But some people just they can't like actually cook, but they can bake with the best of them, you know? And so this could be somebody from the collective like this that they're admiring, you know, whatever sweet treats you come up with. Maybe you're just great at following recipes for baked goods versus other things in the kitchen. This person loves your free spirit. You are very free spirited. This is referencing the rock star energy. So maybe you do have this confidence about you. This could be a little bit um like I don't want to over glorify this energy too much, because I do see evidence that some of you have this confidence, because it's kind of like in that of like how you would say like, oh, so and so's got his beer muscles again, right? Like it's like, oh, so you're feeling good, so now you feel like you can just you own the world, and you can, and it's like it's teetering on like, okay, that's cute and everything, but also stop, because we have to safely get home now kind of thing. So again, not here to sugarcoat anything, but also not coming for anybody. It's just in the cards, all right? Um, there could be some significance to serenade energy. Maybe you get a little sing-songy when you're feeling right kind of thing, and this person thinks that's cute, which really would, interestingly enough, you guys, just to help you map it out better, like where you are in things, even in that last scenario, that's still also really, and I might, gosh, I hope I don't, I mean, how much more canceled could I get anyways, I guess, but um, that's really integrating that inner child, like, spirit essence, okay? Because you can't actually without integrating that inner child. So for those that are wondering, like, if they, a lot of people I feel wonder if they even have an inner child anymore, and it's like it's always there. Like you can't, you need to address it, okay? Because it makes life, that is, they say variety is the spice of life. I really think that the spice of life is that youthful childlike nature, that inner child, really being allowed to be integrated into whatever world you're creating elsewhere, right? um Now, somebody could view you as overly attached to whatever parental figure. I know the card states mama's boy, could be mama's girl, all right, could be mamas, okay, like just, they could feel like, if this is a situation, now you would know if you resonate with this, because you and your partner have had talks, or dare I say arguments, about maybe mother or dad stepping over boundaries, or maybe you stepping over boundaries with what all you've let mom or dad into the knowance of, right? It's like, there's such a thing as, adult business, and then there's also like our business kind of thing, and you're bringing our business over into, over to mom or dad, and it feels inappropriate. That would have been expressed, or there would have been an argument regarding that, okay? And I'm not here to be word currency and say in the future this could be but take heed, so that in the future this is not part of your story. It's still a general collective message, all right? Stands to reason that that's coming through right now for those that are already attached. You don't want to sit there and manifest that shit into your future, do you? Right? Make it make sense, you guys, okay? Now, it's interesting. There could be some significance to pile number two's energy that may have resonated with you as well. Pile number three that we're now currently on, because I do see aspects of you being viewed quite trendy. So it's like, okay, so Prada just came out with what now? Like you gotta either get that or try to get the knockoff version of what that is, kind of thing. And it's like, I feel like this isn't for very many people, all right, because long story short, I feel like as a collective whole, we're not really on that right now, but there are, we're all somewhere on the path, and there's varying degrees to this, and it's coming through the cards, and I'm talking about it because I am looking at a situation where it does seem like someone is trying to, every now and again, perhaps live a little outside of the means there, and this might be something that is, I want to express it this way too. It's coming through where this is something that this person notices about you, and of course we're talking about what they like about you, right? And it's not that you look bad in the outfit, or that print, or that Gucci, like whatever, or the Labubu doesn't look great swinging from your hip in your satchel, right? So, to be clear, this person doesn't hate that about you. But at the same time, I'm trying to channel this and guide you if that's you, right? Away from some of that type of personality, because eventually, you trip long enough, you're down, you know what I mean? And you want to again work smart, live smart, not hard. Okay, so where you can make cuts and where you can get the knockoffs and where you can just stop caring about that stuff so you can do other stuff like have experiences instead of materials. You definitely, this is me guiding you, like you should definitely be working towards that kind of mindset. All right, now I'm not saying this person is saying that's a deal breaker, but at the same time, long story short, it doesn't take long to get stressed about financial situations within connections. And so once you realize that this could be a little bit of some, reddish type of flag energy on your part, you should, not beat yourself up and not be judgy towards yourself and not extend grace towards yourself, but fix it. You know what I mean? Make changes and just try something different, maybe there's a workaround. They've got services that allow you to rent certain outfits, if you really feel the need. There's a way, if there's a will, right? As you change your will, you'll find different ways. Okay, so there's that. There could be some significance to prints. You might wear a lot of prints, prints. So like cheetah print, Gucci print, um Louis Vuitton. There could be some significance to Europe. I'm also hearing Eurasia. That's interesting. Eurasia. Um, and whoever I'm speaking to, you could dress in a lot of neutral tones, like a lot of tans, browns, blacks, whites, creams. Um, this person does really admire the way that you look, the way that you dress, the way that you're stylish. So again, to be clear, that's that is their sentiment. They do enjoy your legs, it appears. Okay. I know we had backside for pound number one. But pound number three is given. She's got legs. I don't even know who sings that. Um, and there is some significance to like wedge heels. Um, there's also some significance to they have this understanding, or they will have this understanding, that not just anyone can walk in your shoes. Like what all you do, what you've got going, the way you carry yourself, as well as the way that you carry basically like the weight of the world. It's like you got a lot of responsibilities. Maybe you have more than one business. Maybe you sit in on more than one board or organization, right? However you do it, it's outside of the ordinary. It is not. Um, you're not somebody that's easily replaceable. Like even when it comes to things like, again, I keep picking up on organizations, community, leadership, responsibilities, accountability, discipline, consistency is another word. And there could be some significance to you being an animal lover, you having a pet, whether it's a small pet, dog, cat, what have you, or not. If that's not the case, the sentiment is coming through that this person, again, it's so interesting that that should come in through all three piles. This person feels safe. They feel protected by you, and I'm getting that. I'm speaking to a large majority of females across each one of these piles, which I mean demographically makes sense because even according to the channel analytics. But it's just interesting to note that you've got three instances here of you know male energy. I'll describe it that way because I'm not going to say it's always just because male energy that it's always connecting to a male meat suit, which I lovingly term bodies as meat suits. Just go with it, you guys. But it's just interesting because I'm not getting that these are like emasculated men or men that are necessarily soft, you know. And by soft, I mean I guess I should say overactive in their feminine energies, because we all have masculine as well as feminine energies, regardless of our sex, sexual orientation, race, creed. I'm just saying, right? But these people from all across the board, they do want it to be known that they have felt safe in your presence, and it's something that they appreciate. You must make space for them, in a certain way to be, feeling heard and seen. That's pretty special, and that's no surprise to me, if I do say so myself. Somebody here is bald or balding. Somebody could be albino. There could be some significance to pink roses as well. Um, Somebody here dyes their hair all sorts of fun colors. All right, blue is depicted on the card. There's also some significance to green eyes for pile number three. And again, these are things that these people admire, enjoy, appreciate about you. Okay, so some of you it's your hair color, others it's your eye color. Um, you know, there could be some significance to being able to feel the texture that your bald head creates. It's kind of fun to rub on some of those domes out there in them streets, just saying. Don't knock it till you try it, I guess. But you know for those that are resonating with being the feminine energy connected to pile number three, and you know yourself to be a petite feminine meat suit here, um, again, no problem. You may feel like, just because you've been picked on, all of your life about being skinny, and it goes both ways. People just pick on you for anything. It's like, okay, so you want to be fat? Well, we'll pick on you for that. You want to be skinny? Okay, we'll pick on you for that. It's like as if you even just walk around going, yeah, no, I definitely want to be fat. Yeah, no, I definitely want to be too skinny, right? People will just try it. But long story short, whatever your insecurity is about your body here, um, just like uh, just like the other piles, really, it's of no matter to this person. Some of you have medium hair, okay? Um, Jennifer Aniston might be of some significance, or maybe you just really, enjoyed that type of hairstyle if you had it or you wanted it. The 90s could be of some significance. And for some of you, interestingly enough, unlike pile number two, this person could be younger than you, or flip the roles around to make it make sense, if you will. But there is this energy of, instead of someone being mature or old AF, okay, this person could very well be younger than you. Um, and somebody got some muscles, whether that's you or them. Either way, somebody's enjoying somebody's something, okay? Hispanic or Latino might be of some significance here, as well as Australians. Somebody I do know we have at least one person at least from Australia connected to the collective. Much love and light to you. Much love and light to you all, of course, of course, of course, of course. Somebody here could have a scar, whether about the face or not, as well as coarse or curly or kinky hair, like your girls. All right. This person, what's it say? Oh, this person's saying or will say, hey, you can't blame me for falling in love. So they really do admire you here, collective, those attached to pile number three. And they do understand that not only are you high value, but you are lovable. Oh, I love that for you. Um, Gosh. This person, if you're with them now, they appreciate that you give them time. You give them time and you give them time. And what I mean by that is, um, like you give them time, right? Like it's like, oh, I'm busy, but I make time for you because I love you, right? But also they appreciate that you give them space. I think they appreciate that you are busy so that you give them space. Like it works. It's unorthodox, but it works, right? Hey, as long as it's working, don't knock it. You know what I mean? And this person really, like if somebody came up to this person and said, hey, collective member, and they're all like, yeah, right? And they're like, well, I see the way you look at them. Like, do they make your heart smile? And this person would have to be like, absolutely. Absolutely. They make my heart smile. They make me smile. They make my heart smile. Right? Dot, 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 and all of that. Roses and candy. I'm just saying, this is really good energy, you guys. This person could enjoy that your love language is acts of service. All right. Unless that energy's flip flop, but really the focus is on you, boo. Right. And this person, again, does enjoy the time spent together because when you spend time together, you're actively bonding and they really appreciate bonding with you. Okay. That's a goal. Go figure. My goodness. What's that like? All right. This person is really intent on being a best friend to you on top of everything else. This is like, wow, you get the cake and the icing and the cherry on top. Like, wow. Like, does it get better? All right. For some of you, this is somebody that you have met and or will be meeting at work. All right. This could be starting out as a workplace romance and you're being asked to go on ahead and let go of the past. All right. So pound number 3, some people, connected to it, you got to literally let go of the ex. Others, you got to let go of the hurt. Some of you have hurt yourselves on the strength of not being hurt by other individuals as well as being hurt by other individuals. And what I mean by that is some people out there, they get so used to, focusing on what they don't have. And they get down in the dumps because, well, I never had anybody to love. Well, nobody ever loved me, right? And it's like, okay, so how much did you want to like focus on that to magnify it though then, right? At some point you're just hurting yourself with that, right? And there's also the other side of that same proverbial coin, which goes like, hey, so and so hurt you, but you can move on, right? You can't make them love you, you can't make them want to be your friend, you can't make them like you, but you can move on, and you will, right? You just have to make the choice to choose that. When you don't make the choice to choose that, you kind of stay in that loop where you're just stuck down in the dumps and nobody's really ever going to love you, and you're just going to always talk about that because nobody ever does, and you're just always talking about that so that nobody ever really does love you. And at that point, that's just you doing that to yourself with yourself, right? We've all been there. No judgment, only love and light. So serious, you guys, okay? But this is going to be a healing connection, all right? They made cards about it. It's for you. If this resonates, take it, okay? If you don't, I will. No, I mean, so it's not a contest, you guys. Calm down. It's fine. So, pound number 3. I finally made it to that final bell, you guys. I got you on the names chart, please. I keep saying names on the initials. Thank you. That's the word. Chart placements deck. We'll see what's up for pile number 3. But final bell, you guys. I'm getting tired, as you can tell. I got another day tomorrow. I'm pretty sure you guys have another day tomorrow, too. Was that ZZ Top? That's so funny. And you love British Bake Off. I love, you know what it's not cooking, though. It's the, oh my God, what's it called? I'm gonna butcher the name because I always kind of did that. But it's the Christmas, like, okay, wait, hold on a second. I don't know if it was the Great, but it's like the Christmas. It's like the Christmas Light Festival. Oh, I can't remember it. I can't remember the name. Because I used to say the Great Christmas. I used to say Christmas Night Light Fight or something like that, and that's not what it's called. But they go around and they're like, they have this contest of who did the most amazing job on their home, the way that they decorated it for Christmas. And they'll have like all these freaking animatronics, or like they'll have like these big ass LED light boards that are timed to music and this, that, and the third. And they go and then like Santa visits, and then they go and they have like the contest, and then they return and they like surprise the people. That's how they, at least that's how they have it scripted, right? So that people don't really know that they won until they do. It's pretty fun though. I like that. I used to watch the baking shows and stuff, but man, girly over here, she's overcoming some cake issues, bro. I'm like, I can't sit there and then also expect myself not to drool. And once you start drooling, the gastric juices start. That's why I don't get those scented candles no more. I'm like, nah, that smells exactly the way that tastes. I can't be licking candles. Maybe was it a makeover? No, it wasn't a makeover thing because no, it's like the great. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna try. I'll look it up. The Great Christmas. I don't know. Okay, okay. The Great Christmas Light Fight. That's what it's called. It's a reality show. The Great Christmas Light Fight. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. But that one guy is so handsome on that one baking show. Is his name Paul? He's got like these piercing blue eyes. Like, oh my god! Like, sir, calm down. Look to the left. And he's all mannerly. But sometimes I'll be watching those baking shows. I'm like, yeah, them Brits are drunk, huh? Like they got into the bubbly somewhere, and it wasn't in the cake. Yes, Paul is his last name Hollywood. That's interesting. Mr. Hollywood. Oh, he's beautiful. My goodness. Like, where'd you come from, sir? Besides heaven. Let me stop. Yeah, the Great British Bake Off. Exactly. That's one of the best ones anyways, I think, to watch, except for well, the kids version of not not Kitchen Nightmares, not that there's like a kids version that was kind of cool too, because at least they were nicer to the kids. Keyword nicer. The whole kitchen was stressing me. I'm like, oh no, we're getting yelled at. Blue team, go. The customers were stressed. The wait staff was stressed. The maitre d was an animatronic. Let me stop. Well, how old was that guy? Contestants probably do have crushes on him. Yeah, and also because Fiona, because he's nice. Like he's all like, it's okay. Like like he gives more peace than Tim Gunn on Project Runway. I'm just saying. But they're bringing back Project Runway too. I'm kind of excited about that. I actually have a couple friends from that show. Actually, well, they're from different seasons, but they're really nice people. And I often wonder like, how the hell did they get through that treatment? Because they don't treat them very well in those shows, you know. Oh, I didn't know some got their own cooking shows. Like, oh, I don't know if I noticed anybody. Huh. You know what I was thinking though? I was thinking that it would be fun. Okay, I don't know if you caught that one video out there where Gordon Ramsay was basically like had his ass handed to him over some Asian cuisine dish. I forget the name of the dish. But like Gordon was like presenting and like he was like taste this, and then like the Asian chef was like he like and he like threw it down on the table and then he said nothing and Gordon was like, well, he was like, what do you want me to say? He was so mad. He was so mad. He was like, this is not that. Like whatever the name was of the dish. And so I just thought, this is the way my mind works. I don't know why. I feel like I could be doing so many other better things. But the other day I was like, man, that'd be cool just to see him have to go around from like country to country to learn some of these like very iconic dishes so that he can like get them right, but while like basically like he gets his schooling the way that he gave his schooling to other people. You know what I'm saying? Because like humble yourself, sir. And I get it, it's like a gimmick at the same time, but like also like humble yourself, because like what do you mean that you serve something to somebody thinking it was like a certain dish when it's not, and you're in their country and in their kitchen? That's interesting, and I feel like that's also ego. You know what I mean? So just from like a reality, like, cause you know how like Michael Bourdain would like travel like all the time. He'd be like, okay, I'm just we're gonna go eat this now, and this is what's on the menu, and this is like the culture behind it, something like that. But like Gordon, you know, and rest in peace, Mr. Bourdain, of course. So I don't mean it to be like that Ramsay would replace anybody, to be clear. I'm just saying that would be funny. I'd watch, because like I've seen him like hand somebody their ass to them and they deserved it, but I've also seen him do it when they didn't, and I just think karmically that's like a repayment that should happen, and I wouldn't mind watching. So I don't hate Gordon at all. Like I think he's interesting, and I think really a lot of that, um you know how like you know how the industry is. It's like if something works, just go with it. If it's selling, right? So I think that the man has great capability to be like compassionate and cool-headed as well. But if we're going with entertainment, you know, make it work, and that would be fun. Like I would love to see him learn. I would just love to see him publicly learn the way that he expected everyone to publicly learn. Just saying. I think he's capable of handling it. Like I don't think it's like a death sentence for anybody. Like, oh, he's not mentally strong enough. He's fine, right? But I think it would make for good TV, you know, and also it would allow for other cultures and places to, you know, still be seen and heard and remain on the map as well as the menu. You know, I think it'd be cool if he went into, you know, even some indigenous restaurant businesses to learn some of, you know, a dish just to keep culture on the menu. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't do that, then that's exactly what happens. You get these, you know, Americanized type cuisines for other cultures' food, and it gets to a level of being offensive. It's like that's not that. You know, it's not that food. Why are you calling it that for your menu? You know, and their food connects back to a culture, not just a name. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just a tangent I come up with every now and again in my mind, apparently. But yeah, you know, if we're taking like health is wealth off the table, and we're just saying the taste and the texture and you know all of that jazz, Paula Deen's recipes are more often than not like pretty much chef's kiss. But as far as who she really is, I don't necessarily agree with. But I can say that for a lot of people that are very well known, quite frankly, you know, it just is what it is. But yeah. So long story short, we do have an M and a J for this pile three. Could be some significance to Michael Jackson. Does not have to be the case. Or the names Michael as well as Jackson. We've got C. We've got O. Could be some significance to Colorado. Does not have to be the case. We've got P and M. There could be some significance to nighttime. Or again, military police. But somebody could have two P's in a name, or um, two P initials, as well as an R. Somebody could actually work in PR. How you live? Let's talk if that's you. If somebody's in PR. All right, so for chart placements, we do have Cancer. We have Scorpio and Sagittarius, as well as Aries, Pisces, Taurus, and last but certainly never, ever, ever least, Virgo. All right. So again, you guys, last call for the bell. And you know what? I can't even. Oh wait, let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss over somebody. All right, Jay left the building. All right. You've seen a video of Gordon at 19. Are you serious, Fiona? See, that's sad. You know, that's just also like parenting. It's like, you know, you get all these freaking narcissists involved and stuff, and it just trickles downhill until it doesn't, you know. Until people make change, until people start standing up and standing up not only for themselves but for what's right, you know. You would like to think that, I mean, I've had many types of bosses, and I've had many types of different managerial experiences, and I would like to think that I tried to avoid being exactly who all had a part in allowing me to be this version of myself, because quite frankly, toxicity in the workplace is not conducive to making money or um, maintaining any kind of consistent stability. So you'd like to think that people in their right mind would understand that and not pass that freaking baton of hellfire, if you will. Um, that's pretty sad. I mean, the amount of times I've been mistreated, I never really wanted to turn around and be like, hey, let me be the first to be this type of asshole. But yet many people just follow in line like, oh no, that's just the way I am. That's just the way it is. That's the business. That's the breaks. And it's all just excuses for unchanged behavior and for rocking with lower density vibrations. And a lot of people want to do that, but they don't want to admit they want to do that. Isn't that interesting? Just be authentic. Like if you want to be an asshole, just say that. And just say you like to be an asshole then. Well, why pussyfoot around? Everybody else knows you're being an asshole. Everybody knows. Right? People are weird. I tell ya. Oh, let's be an asshole, but nobody talk about it or call them out on it. It's interesting. It's like, how is it being called out if you just already are that and you want to be that? How? So funny. Anyways, well, it's been real, right? I hope you guys got something out of the messages. That was my intention. All right. I also hope that you found a safe space on the internet for however long it was that we shared our experience here together. I really appreciate you guys. It doesn't work at all without you. So there's that. And I'm very much here for you. So hopefully you get that. Hopefully you're getting something out of the messages. And hopefully you too are getting something out of our talks, which I very much enjoy during our live streams. In the meantime, you guys know the drill. If anything should be uploaded to the channel, please and thank you. Support the message. Click the like. Tell your mother, brother, sister, father, cousin. Tell Sabrina. Tell Lisa, whoever they are. Please. Because I do intend that we continue to grow here so that we strengthen here. Um, in the meantime, I will be looking into some other things, but until then, let's rock this out till the wheels fall off, all right? Guess what? If they fall off, we're flying, so no worries. All right, I love you guys. Have a phenomenal night or day, however this finds you. Please know you are loved. I love you, as well as the divine. All right, go rest it out and manifest a new, brighter, more beautiful day. All right, you're strong enough and capable to do it. I believe in you. All right, much love and light.